Perspective, episode 40, your double Ina Esco, and I am hanging out with Chief Event Strategist with Cynthia Daniels and Company. Miss Cynthia Daniels, hey lady!
What's up, Ina?
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me come on the show. I've been so excited, looking forward to this.
I'm so glad you're here. You look so beautiful, Cynthia.
Well, thank you.
You got a lot of this and that going on. Yo, thank you, yo, honey. Boo, you brought your A game today, honey.
Thank you.
And a lot of people, I know they see you out and about all the time, but we're going to get into some of the, background of Miss Cynthia Daniels today. Some things people may not know.
Okay.
You game?
Yes, game.
Now, we first met years ago. It was like a women's empowerment.
2013.
2013.
5 years ago.
You were new to the city. You were new to the city, talking about you an introvert.
I am. I'm claiming team introvert all day.
I don't know why, but I mean, you have such a big personality to me.
Yeah.
Your personality is very approachable.
Yeah, I try to be. Yeah.
Very friendly.
Yeah.
And I remember us having conversations at the first time we met, and I was like, "You here from Atlanta? Why did you move to Memphis?" Do you
That's
remember
number
that?
one question I get asked. I remember. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the panel with Ina Esco. Like, I made it.
They look at you, but wait a minute, girl. Your trajectory has this whoosh, whoosh. How you feel?
It's surreal. I didn't plan any of this. I give all the credit to God, and He keeps giving me these visions, and my events get bigger and bigger, and I just say, okay, let's go. If you gave me the vision, it'll happen. But in hindsight, it's still incredible. I just had an event, Elixir, last month. I had 1,800 people at one event. That was not the plan, and it happened, and it was easy for me, and easy because it was me operating in my gift. But it's still crazy. Who has a party with 1,800 people?
Cynthia Daniels and Company. That's cool.
It was crazy.
So you said you're operating in your gift. How would you describe your gift?
My gift is creating the unthinkable, unimaginable type of event. I like to say I create an experience. I don't want it to just be a party where we're all doing the exact same thing from beginning to end. I like to think about different elements throughout any event that I plan. So that's my gift, to strategize what I create. Yeah.
So for Elixir, what are like some of the elements that went down in Elixir?
Okay, so I really try to outdo my own self, right? Like they say, you're your own challenge.
Yes.
Or you're your own competition. I'm sorry, that's the word, the phrase. And so I wanted it to be more than just a party. I wanted it to be a place where people can go from room to room. So it's 4 different rooms. You have the Velvet Room, that's themed after my hometown, Atlanta. So it's real smooth. You got some 90s vibes, and we have live music. You've got the Lit Lounge, so that was the red room. And color was really important for me, right? The visual part of the experience. Lit Lounge for me, I went to college in the late 90s, so we're talking Cash Money, Hot Boy, UGK, 8 Ball. So and it was packed, that particular room all night.
They wanted to be lit.
They wanted to be lit. Then we had the Neo Soul Lounge, that was amber lights, real chill. You might want to get away from the movement, so you want to just kind of sit back and relax. And then we had the reggae room. That was something new for me this year, right? It was green. I know a lot of people love island music, and I wanted to create a space for them, and people stayed in that room all night. So it was really, to me, something I have never experienced, and people seem to really enjoy it. Yeah.
You mentioned that you were from Atlanta,
Georgia.
Now, how was it growing up in Atlanta?
So I was born in 1980. Grew up in College Park, and I was about 7 or 8, so late 80s, moved over to Southwest Atlanta. Atlanta to me was just always the place to be. It was nicknamed the Black Mecca. We had Jack the Rapper showcases. You had Freaknik. Of course, I was not of age. But all of the celebrities hung out there. Back then, the Falcons were good. We had the Atlanta Hawks back when they were yellow and red. I mean, we had it going on. This was before we had a lot of traffic, before everybody else really found out about the city. But for me, my most precious memories were more so in the mid-90s. When Goody Mob and Outkast came out, because we had ABC, another bad creation for the millennials. Google them. We had Criss Cross and we had Jermaine Dupri, but Outkast just they brought something different to the city. And I think it made people proud to be from Atlanta. So that's where I grew up in terms of music, the culture, black businesses everywhere, everybody supported each other. One thing people don't know, my mom actually had a teenage club called My Brother's Keeper. So I was like 13 working a concession stand.
Oh,
this is
wow. It was a club for teens.
A club for teenagers.
Okay.
It was a safe place in Southwest Atlanta off Campbell Road, Greenbrier Parkway. And so it was a place where, you know, parents could drop their kids off, feel safe, and she kept that club, I think, for about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay, so now I can kind of feel what some of that.
About the DNA. And
yes.
I guess, you know what? I guess I took in all the events she created there, and I really didn't pay attention to it until this moment. Like, I remember meeting Tevin Campbell, Goody Mob, Outkast, MC Light, Big Daddy Kane. They were coming to like meet the kids and really perform for them. It was really cool.
Oh my!
I went to school in '98, and so I went to Alabama A&M in Huntsville. But I feel like that's when everybody was going to Atlanta, not only to start their careers or to just get on with these big companies, but then you also had the HBCUs there. You got 4 black colleges together. I would have gone had it not been down the street from me.
Because I wanted to go to Clark.
Oh, man.
I wanted to go to Clark, but I had so much going on my senior year. I was too late with trying to get the scholarship, but thank God I had got a full scholarship to LOC. Thank you, LOC.
HBCU.
Still HBCU.
I'm saying represent.
Yes. So how was Alabama A&M?
Oh, you know,
how did you choose that school? Staying in Atlanta and say, Mom, I'm going to Alabama A&M.
You are really peeling back layers today. Oddly enough, so my best friend's big sister went to Alabama A&M. I knew I wanted to go to a HBCU, so I applied to Tennessee State, Xavier, and she said, you know what, I'm going to visit my sister this weekend. I want you to ride with me. So I'm like, sure, no problem. Out of all the weekends I went to Alabama A&M University, Goody Mob just so happened to be performing in the gym. I said, oh, this is a sign. This is where I'm going to school. So I applied. Back then we had paper application that you had to mail in. So filled that out, got accepted, got a scholarship, and that was it. But also it was a beautiful campus. I think most of the black colleges I went to was kind of in the hood. And I think we just built where we could, right? When you think about these HBCUs. But when I went, just lush green land everywhere. It's on the hill. It literally is on the hill. And I'm a historian. I love our history. So William Hooper Council, who founded the school, he actually built it around the auction block where he was sold as a slave. And so hearing that story just, you know, after doing the research, Goody Mob sold it. But once I really started digging deep, I said, yeah, I have to go there. Yeah.
Now, what kind of activities were you engaged in on campus Alabama A&M?
So this is, again, introverted Cynthia. I really was very studious. My roommate was from Birmingham, so she was a popular one. So I really just kind of followed in her shadow. I kept to myself. I went to the football games. I love basketball, so I was at the basketball games. But I really wasn't an active person. I did end up pledging, though. And, of course, it was taboo. You can't tell anybody you want to pledge. But my academia was very important to me. I took school very seriously. So... and I volunteered a lot. I did do Big Brothers Big Sisters, things that people don't really do in college. I was volunteering on Saturdays while people were sleeping in after the party. So I think pledging kind of brought out a little bit of my personality, but you would either find me in a book somewhere on campus reading. You might find me, you know, at a game in a gym. That was pretty much it. Wow. Pretty low key.
Did things change after you crossed? Because sometimes people's lives change.
It was interesting because people knew of me. You know, the smart girl, the girl from Atlanta. Okay, another fun fact. I had tens in my car.
What?
So people knew me. I had a silver Honda Civic on campus, so you would hear me coming. So I'm playing ball in UGK. So I was always the girl with the silver Honda. So when I became a Delta, that's the Delta girl.
Wow.
So I had my 10.
Okay, so you graduated. Let's kind of go back. You graduated from Alabama A&M.
Yes.
What did you do immediately after college?
Okay, so went to grad school. right? Because I really wasn't ready to be an adult yet. So gave me 2 more years to go to grad school. And then I packed up all of my stuff and moved to Atlanta. You know, Huntsville was great for college. It's a sleepy town. Don't get into any trouble, but I said I got to go back home to the A. Got my 2 degrees, you know, like feeling myself. Got my briefcase. I'm ready for the world. And I worked with an organization in nonprofit space. I had an HR background. That's really where my degree is in behavioral science. And so, you know, just worked a job. Now, I hung out in Buckhead a lot.
Oh, you was partying.
Because I stayed the course in college. Now I can party, right? I earned that, right? I earned it. And, oh, my God, just a lot of good memories were made in Buckhead. And, of course, you know, you're of age, so I'm enjoying the adult beverages. No curfew anymore, right? Because when I left,
do what you want.
I had a curfew. Now I'm out here living my best life. But, of course, responsibility definitely kicked in. And you know, as I got a little older, I said, okay, this is enough of the nightlife.
Too much Buckhead.
But it was fun.
You had fun.
I did.
So how did you come to Memphis, leaving all that good stuff?
That's a great question.
Oh my God.
So as I said, I was feeling myself. I had 2 degrees. I was getting promoted very quickly in my job. I got my first promotion in less than a year. And I'll never forget, in 2008, boss calls me in the office. He's like, Cynthia, we need to talk. I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to get another promotion. Like, I'm killing it. And he's, you know, saying basically, you know, we are having to do some cutbacks. You know, we're not getting donations like we used to, and we're going to have to lay you off. And I'm thinking, you know, it hit me, but I'm still thinking, you know, I don't know any better. Oh, I got 2 degrees. Like, I will find a job tomorrow. That's good. Thank you. Have a good day. I appreciate the opportunity. Monday, I'm going to give me a new job. So I thought. And I'm applying for jobs on Monster, Career Builder. You know, it turned into a really bad situation because I was either, you know, getting these rejection emails or people will call me in for an interview, but I'm just they're checking the box with me, right? Because they really have this more qualified person that also got laid off for 30 years versus me, this person out of college with, you know, maybe 1 or 2 years. And so about 3 months in, my mom is like, hey, you can move back home if you need to. I'm like, nah, Mom, I'm good, love.
Work out, Mom.
And 3 months of not working turned into 6 months. 6 months turned into 9 months. At 9 months, I said, hey, Mom, can I still move into that little room? That little room I left when before college. So moved back home, and at 12 months, that year hit. And my mom, she had this really tough conversation with me, right? And I'm thinking, well, I'm doing all that I can do. I'm you know, went to school, got the degrees, I got the experience. I'm applying for, like, you know how it was back in the day, you uploading resumes back to back to back to back. I'm doing everything right, but nothing is happening. And she says, you know, you gotta change up some things. You know, what are you doing? Like, it's up to you to do something about your life. And that just hit me. Like, I'm feeling like defensive. Like, Mom, I am trying. Like, this is it. I'm on the couch every day applying for jobs. You know, and I think in her mind, she was expecting me to kind of go door to door with the briefcase. And I'm trying to tell her. Right. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that anymore. We're in this digital world. But it upset me so much, Ina. I remember going to my room. I really don't share this a lot. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it. But I just started crying and praying. Like, God, how did my life get to this point? I have done everything right. You know, what am I supposed to do? And I heard clear as day from God.
Oh, my.
You need to move. Like, all right, well, God, how do I move with no money? Like, how does that work? And ended up going to sleep. You know, it was late at night. And I woke up the next morning. I remember thinking, okay, think about cities where you know people, right? And just try it out. So I had some friends in Huntsville where I went to college, but that's more of an engineering town. Had a friend, worked at Best Buy in college. So Alicia Sample is that friend, and if she's out there listening, and called her up, and I'm telling her what happened, and she said, yeah, I got a room for you. I'm in Whitehaven at my parents' house. Come on. I pack up the car, moved to Memphis, and got a job in 2 weeks.
Now, how did you get into the whole event planning space?
You know what's crazy? So,
and even just starting your business.
God, when God makes you uncomfortable, He's going to keep making you uncomfortable until you do what you're supposed to do. So I'll take you back to when I'm volunteering, right? So I'm meeting these executive directors, I'm meeting CEOs of nonprofits. I'm just really getting this huge network of people, right? And I'm also, trying to find out what the young professionals are. So I'm going to every particular networking event. I'm just meeting the young professionals, and as I talk to them, they're frustrated in their jobs. They don't feel like they're getting the fair chance as people that don't look like them. But I'm meeting all of these, black business owners, executive directors, so on and so on. And I just saw this vision where I need these young professionals to talk to these people I'm starting to meet. And I literally would just email. That's the other thing. I can email the mayor here. I can email a CEO, whatever. They will email you back. You don't get that back in Atlanta because everybody is kind of up here, right? Untouchable. Get with my people.
Right.
But Memphis has that Mayberry feel where people really genuinely want to help you. So the first person I reached out to was J.W. Gibson. And I said, hey, I'm starting to meet a lot of really cool young professional people. I really would love it if we could do like an intimate dinner. Tell us your story. How'd you get started? How do you play these corporate politics? He said, sure, no problem. So I created a dinner with the CEO series. So I gave it a name. Just kind of reached out to people that I knew. And I didn't think anything beyond that. I thought, okay, I'll do this one dinner with J.W. Gibson. It'll be a wrap. And people, as soon as it finished, all right, when's the next one?
What? They would end up on those.
Okay, I'll do another one. And so the next one was with Ekendayo Bandele. He is the executive director at Hattie Lou Theater. So, again, people enjoyed that session. So I just started to create more and more and more. Well, we were holding these dinners at Chef Fran. She was on Beale Street. I cannot remember the exact name of it, but she had a restaurant where she did like novelty cupcakes at the end of Beale Street. Well, she decided to open up her own standalone restaurant. So that was 2013. So I did that for about a good 2 years. And after 2 years of that, she said, okay, I want to open up a standalone in Midtown. She opened up HM Dessert Lounge November 2015. And she was like, well, I need you to be my social media manager. And I said, okay, cool, no problem. I'm taking pictures at my events. I'm posting them on my page. I can do that for you. And the first week, booming. I mean, people are like, oh my God, HM Lounge. I'm there putting 20s in her pocket. Just, I want to pour to you. I want to support you. But then week 2, there wasn't no traffic. And I'm like, Fran, where are the people? What's going on? What happened? And he said, well, let's get some money together. Let's go to the flyer. Let's put you on TV. She's like, Cynthia, I spent all of my money. And it was in that moment I got to see what it looked like to be within a black restaurant. And that's kind of where Black Restaurant Week birthed. And once I created that event, it was like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be doing events all the time. So that's kind of how that world kind of came about. But I never wrote out a business plan. Okay, I want to become chief event strategist for Cynthia and I and the company in like 3 to 5 years. Like, none of that happened. It was very organic, Ina.
Oh. Well, question.
Sure.
Is this industry a male-dominated industry?
I think it's 50-50.
Okay.
I think it's 50-50. I think that I'm a little bit unique in what I do. And I say that because a lot of event planners, I would say the majority, wait until a client hires them and then they execute the client's vision.
You go ahead and start.
I just get the vision and I go.
Yeah.
I don't even always have the money, but I just say, you know what, this has to happen. And I think that's the difference. I counted yesterday before this interview. I have 8 signature events. That keeps me busy.
Yes.
Alone by itself. Annual events.
That's
big events.
Awesome.
But some event planners, they just, okay, well, so-and-so wants to do this great event. I will take the vision and I'll run with
They're
it.
operating off of someone else's vision.
Absolutely.
And
So
running with it and creating it.
right. But I think just overall in the industry, I think with weddings, social, corporate events, it's 50-50.
What is your favorite event? Of the 8?
Of the 8?
Yes.
It depends on the day. I would definitely say I enjoy Elixir because Elixir, I'm a music head, so that really comes out of my DNA. And then you got 40 under 40 though. I think that being able to highlight and celebrate 40 different people and tell 40 different stories, I think that's the one that's the most gratifying for me. Yeah.
And it's sold out.
It's sold out. I know.
Get a look.
Yeah. Listen. I'm gonna see what I can do because you are double E in the
Say
ESCO.
what you can do for me.
I'ma see.
Cute in that thing.
Bring that gown. I know you got a gown already, girl. I know you.
I want to bust them out.
And then you can change for the after party.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's jump into this current event.
Oh,
Current
what
event.
you got for me? What we
Okay, we're gonna kick off with Melania Trump, girl. We're gonna kick off with Melania, but your boy T.I. from the ATL, your boy,
Yeah.
your boy. Okay, so did you see the video he just came out with on, I think Tuesday?
Yeah.
He
very recent.
posted a video featuring Melania Trump lookalike dancing without clothes in a fake Oval Office. When I saw it, I was like, wow, Tip, you did it like that?
What has always baffled me, people went so hard on Michelle Obama. Oh,
They
she's an
did.
A, she's a gorilla, she's not. This woman went to Princeton,
Right.
a lawyer, like nothing was good enough. But nobody ever mentioned Melania.
From Slovenia.
Come on.
Okay.
Posing nude, like nobody talked about it. So I think he was just kind of, taking it there. Like he was a little extreme, but that's who he is, right?
Yeah.
He gets the conversation going. But
It was
with
back
it.
to her real time.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Okay,
It's
cool.
real.
I see what you're doing.
It's out there.
Not like the White House is trying to say this is just disgusting. You're depicting the first lady.
Cause she's never done it, right? Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay, then.
I see where you going.
Okay. So we can wrap it up. Wrap it up.
We about to do this old school hip hop game because
Oh,
Cynthia
my
loves
favorite.
hip-hop.
What you got?
Let's see. Now this stuff might be a little too easy for
I
Cynthia.
don't know. Let's see, girl. Let's see.
Let's see.
Cause I am an artist. I've been on hooks.
Right, you on Hook from the ATL. So, okay, number one.
Yes.
Which record label featured artists such as Dr. Dre, Tupac, and Snoop Dogg? See, this easy.
Girl. Different way.
Okay, she got it. Okay, number two. How old was the Notorious B.I.G. when he died?
You know what? 23 came to mind, but I also see 25. So I'm gonna go with 25.
24.
24.
You were close.
Okay. I knew it was early 20s.
You were close. Some of these young entrepreneurs out there that may even want to get into the event planning industry, such as yourself. What are some of the first steps they should take?
You know what? Try to solve a problem first. Don't try to replicate an event you've seen. So you don't need to do a day party. You don't have to do the all white party. I mean, and I'm not knocking anybody else, but if it's already someone doing something and it's a signature event and it's successful, don't try to compete and create what they're doing. Think about, okay, what's this cool thing that Memphis doesn't have yet? And you work on creating that thing. Like everything under my wheelhouse is something new. Black Restaurant Week, Elixir, 40 under 40, they're all unique. So it's not something that's trying to compete with somebody. And I think what happens with a lot of event planners, they're like, oh, but they did a brunch, I'm gonna do a brunch and I'm gonna add this to it. Solve a problem instead. And that's gonna be a winning formula every time.
Now, how can everybody get in touch with you, Cynthia?
So I am on social media. So but I'm an old head. Do not look for me on Snapchat because I'm not there. But look for me on Facebook, Cynthia Daniels and Company. Instagram is Cyn Daniels Cole. I do check LinkedIn. I check that like once a week, but I don't think anybody tries to connect there. But if you do, I will message you back. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I really do try to respond to inboxes. Not a DM, but if you inbox me a legit question, I will answer.
I think after this podcast, somebody might slide on it.
Slide in the DM.
Yes.
You gotta say.
Yes. Cynthia, you are indeed a Renaissance woman.
Thank you.
Entrepreneur.
Thank
What
you.
would they call it? mogul, like the serial mogul.
Come on.
Yeah.
I received that.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you're deeply rooted in your spirituality, and I love
Absolutely.
that.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you for coming.
My
My
pleasure.
guest for Verbally Effective episode 40, top 40 under 40.
40.
Please hang up and try again.